Hi, Tim.
Hi.
What do we got?
Tires?
Tires. Okay, so video for the day. Alright. We're going to drop this off of here. Without dropping it off here. Alright, so here's what I got. Let's roll it in here. You can follow me in or move that bar out of the way and whatever else you gotta do there. Move the bar. I don't care about anything. Alright. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put this tire on this thing. Here, how? Alright, so I just went and picked up these tires. These are an industrial tire. What'd you do, zoom it in?
No.
It looks like it. This is an industrial tire. It had industrial tires on it. These are the backhoe tread, which I don't have faith in it. I don't like these tires. I never liked these tires. 2009 we had a wet year, and those tires, they just made you get stuck. So this tire tread here is also an industrial tread tire, but it has a more aggressive cleat to it, and it will clean a little better. So you got to put tire poop on it, or at least oil. So anyway, this is what we've got, or this is what I've got. I decided to change the tread design. I was going to put a radial tire on, but I couldn't get a 21L28 radial tire. I could get a 670 28 radial tire, but I don't believe I would have had the clearance here with that rim to do it. I think that's actually a 20-inch rim. I don't think it's an 18. But yeah, this is just a bunch of dirt. It's just teaming up to get inside my tire while I'm working on it. Try to clean that up real quick. So anyways, the 20, you're not seeing anything that I'm seeing, so anyway, here we go. I'll probably be editing the shit out of this video. Come on! Where'd all this crap come from? Ugh. Alright. You gotta put it on the tire. So anyways, now that I've wasted a minute and a half of my video time, how hard did that tire come off? Hard?
Freaking hard.
Couldn't have been hard. Hard to me and hard to Tim are two different things. But anyways, Tim's going to smear some tire poop on there, and then we're going to go ahead and put it on. Not liberal amounts. Not a lot. I don't need a lot. And this is actual, I don't need a lot. Just thin amounts. You've probably got twice as much in your hands as you need, but anyway. Yeah, so I hate Goodyear tires, but this is a Goodyear tire. Okay, so I guess I'm kind of babbling on about nothing, but I'm going to tell you what is going on here and what we're up to. Got 2 new tires on the back. I'm putting 2 new tires on the front, and I have a worn out header. Right, Tim? Okay, so we got this worn out header. So you're probably wondering, well, if your header's worn out and you're putting new tires on the front and tires on the back, you must be up to something. I mean, look at this thing. We got gaps there. It's chewed all the bits there. This thing here is held on by nothing. It's just this floppy thing. And I've got Frankenstein here, which actually did hold for what it's worth. It held. We went in the mud. Didn't hold a lot, but it held so far. So anyways, that thing's going to go. And these are Titan Goodyear tires, so the tires that will be put on will be Goodyear, made by Titan, so it's basically the same thing. The back ones are Firestones. Alright, so here's the deal and my ramblings and why I'm spending the money on this particular machine. This tractor there's nothing wrong with it. It's got a couple thousand hours on it or so. Correct, Tim? A couple thousand hours or so on it. But there's nothing wrong with the tractor, but the header's worn out. So they don't want to give me anything for the tractor with a bad header on it, so I have purchased a header out of the great state of Oregon, out there in Albany, Oregon. Yes, Albany, Oregon.
You want this left up or down?
What do you mean? Alright, so as Tim's fighting with this thing, I'll keep talking. bought a new header in Oregon, Albany, Oregon. I didn't pay much money for it because it is a specialty header. The specialty header actually has, it's lighter. It's the same header from here forward, except it doesn't have this, and the auger is a different style. So the reason I'm buying that is because I don't need crusher rolls. I don't need conditioning rolls. I just need to get the hay mowed and out the back of this machine. So that's why I'm buying that. Plus, it is so ridiculously cheap, I can't pass it up. So I'm going to be going to Oregon. Right, Tim? Are you coming with me?
I haven't made up my mind.
You know what, I think Tim's got a lazy streak in him. You know what? Why do I think you have a lazy streak in him? What are you afraid of? Going the distance? You're scared. Chicken boy.
I don't want to die.
Okay, sorry for the boring video, I guess. Yeah, as I was saying earlier in this particular video, this header is pretty well shot. There's just a lot of things that need to be replaced on it that is going to cost me thousands and thousands of dollars. The pumps and everything are okay. There's nothing wrong with them. So what's going to happen, well, as you can see, I mean, I'm just going to point out, yeah, I might as well do that. I'll point out the problems here. See that fracturing? It's fractured there. If we start lifting stuff up in here by hitting rocks in certain farms, it has pounded the shit out of those flippers, which cause it to feed not so good, which, you know, whatever. It's not really that big of a deal. We did have a tear someplace in one of these things, and I remember me and Cody were welding on it. And as we were doing that, there was definitely some cracking going on up in this area, which is where the yeah, think Wesley, that's where the hydraulic cylinder actually lifts and drops the whole header. The crusher rolls are history. If you didn't see those before, they're just absolutely gone. The tower guards, they're gone. They got broke off. These are worn to the point where I have to replace the whole, well, probably just the upper part of this yoke. And the tower guards, which there's several $100s worth of parts and pieces just to cover this thing. Now, I got to do two because they're both, one's just as bad as the other. I'm going to walk down here. Yeah, this one here for some reason. No, this one here is tight for some reason. So with that being, there's something wrong with this. I knew this one had some kind of trouble. But anyways, it's just the way it is. So for the most part, this mower is just, this header is in really bad shape. But the tractor itself is fine. I can't complain about anything on the tractor. I do have a couple of small issues. One being the hydraulic cylinder on the other side. This will be replaced. Somebody left that in the wrong position. So, but that'll be won't even be on the new header. But over on the other side, I had to weld the nipple fast to the hydraulic cylinder. I will be replacing that hydraulic cylinder. But for the most part, everything on this part of the machine, there's nothing wrong with it. I do have a couple of, like I said, with anything else, with anything, there's certain things that need to be replaced. This end of this Donaldson filter needs to be replaced. It is burned off because when your filter gets plugged up and it doesn't indicate that it's plugged up in the cab, even though it should, it doesn't. It sucks hot gas off of the intake or the exhaust manifold where it's supposed to be sucking the dirt out of there, and it actually burns this. It doesn't burn the tube or the hose, but it burns that part of it, so that has to be replaced. Did have a minor rear main oil seal leak, which is no longer an issue for me because I used a Lucas oil product that actually straightened that out. Lucas oil seal conditioner, and I put that in there and it stopped the problem. It weeps just a tiny little bit, but for the most part that's that. Now the other things with the mower were the tires. The tires were absolutely shot. Well, I had 2 new tires to go on there, Firestones. There they are, 1, 2. I put those on, or Tim put those on yesterday, and these here today, as you see in the video, that me and Tim just put those on. Now there's an incredibly large amount of pressure in those. There's actually 36 psi in those, and I just took it for a test drive up the road, and I was quite pleased with the way it felt going down the road, because there seems to be an awful lot more surface on the pavement than there was with the other tires. The other tires had a luggy feel to them as you go down the road. So the interior of the machine is pretty much the same as it was last year. We do have a broken seat in there, which will take just some small minor parts, and I will be ordering those and putting those in. So if you hadn't guessed it, in the next few days I will be going to Oregon to pick up the header. Yes, Oregon. Albany, Oregon. Hopefully I'll stop and see a couple of YouTubers along the way. Timothy said that he wanted to go, but now he's changed his mind, so I don't believe it's going to be me and Tim. So I have another driver that will be going with me, and hopefully I can find a third. But I don't know who that third person will be. There's only certain people on this planet that I like to spend my time with, and Tim is one of them, and he's the only other driver that I think I could pull along. And I don't know why he wouldn't go, because some of the land that I'll be going through is just gorgeous. But I don't know. I guess it'll be just me, myself, and I, and another driver. So, but anyways, yeah, that's it for this machine. The tires worked out pretty good, and that's that. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you out there on the road in the next few days.